little boring, so I'll try another one. How to get insanely rich. So, as an engineering work product, software has the unique distinction that it can be copied at zero cost. So you can just write it once and you can sell the same thing over and over again and get insanely rich. Unfortunately, that has a small catch. So, I'll ask you a question. So, why are Linux, Windows and Mac OS? These are meaningless. They're meaningless because they're software work products without an appended version number. So, I would like to stress here that without a version, a software does not mean anything. So, when you say Linux kernel, you have to specify the version. When you say macOS, you have to specify the version. A typical software project evolves enormously across versions. You can never really go back to previous version, like you can never be a virgin again. The soul stays the same, but every commit into the repository is a transformation which is equally fundamental. So, the learning here is that a business leader should always plan for continuity in software development. Software development is distributed. So what does that mean? A large software team is like an army of generals. There are no foot soldiers. All software developers have to make various strategic decisions. Small ones like should I use a linked list or a hash table? Or do I know about that library component that already does what I'm about to do? So the reuse of code. How can I fix a nasty bug that is holding our development? Could I have foreseen that bug and not made a better design in the first place? So these are the decisions that happen in small teams, even in a large project. So learning too is that there won't be any uniformity of performance across your team. Some would be star performers working at an efficiency many times the average. So that's a typical team performance profile. And as a project manager, as a business manager, your job is to have the best resources that you can get interested in your project. The game boils down to who can hire the best engineers. Finally, defining good software. Good software is the one that survives the evolutionary process. So, evolution have always been taught it's not about the competition, it's not about beating the competition. It is about survival of the fittest. Great software survives testing, business review, alpha, beta sites, customer environment, and finally the competition. Every time it survives, it gets stronger. The learning is that a technology leader should always keep business objectives in sight. A software architect should suspend the pursuit of that perfect ideal class hierarchy if requirement is for a quick and dirty solution. I'm not recommending that as a policy. I'm just saying that if that is the requirement, stick to that. So, if software development is like evolution, what kind of software projects will prevail? The software, it survives long enough to finally get its abstraction right, gets its algorithms right, gets its documentation exactly right. It won't happen first time, it's an iterative process. And the mission is to stick to the goal and to